Welcome, Guardians, to a new video with me, the Bushman. The Redrix Broadsword is what we were talking about today, and if you're like me in Season 3 of Destiny, you either couldn't be bothered or didn't enjoy PvP enough to actually grind for the Redrix Claymore, the Broadsword's big brother, by getting to, I think it was 2100, which is rank heroic in the competitive playlist. You now have the joy of completing and going for the Broadsword by completing multiple extremely long and sometimes tedious crucible steps to complete that little orange ticket in your pursuits. If you happen to be unaware of this quest chain, it starts by picking up a small ticket from Lord Shaxx that asks you to complete the following tasks. Step 1. Defeat 200 crucible opponents with a pulse rifle. Step 2. Reach Valor rank heroic, which most of you have probably already done. Step 3. In crucible earn 75 double plays. Step 4. Defeat 150 crucible opponents with precision pulse rifle shots. Step 5. Defeat 50 opponents of each element, arc, solar and void. Step 6. Complete 25 quick play, 25 rumble and 25 competitive matches. Step 7. Complete 20 crucible bounties. And finally, step 8. Then finally reset your Valor rank 5 times within a single season. Once you do all of this, you can finally go and collect a fully mastered Redrix Broadsword from the lovely little Shaxx himself. And from personally doing this, I'm going to give you my opinion whether I find this worth the actual time and effort to put into it, or whether you should just leave it until it naturally completes itself, or you have the time to do it. So, compared to other pulse rifles in the current pulse rifle meta we're living in Destiny, I'd say as an aggressive crucible player, doesn't really fit my playstyle. Because to get the Desperado perk to proc, which you have to kind of sit back, you have to get your headshot to activate Outlaw, to then make the Broadsword a very fast firing pulse rifle. Which means you have to play very passive until you hit that headshot, and then suddenly rush in the time of that perk, go aggressive, try and get some kills, and then go passive again. I don't like that shift in play. But once you do have Desperado active, you can really destroy some people. I play on console, and I feel on console sometimes you have to use weapons that are slightly more forgiving than you do on PC, because I do play on PC, and you can be much more accurate to the head and stuff, obviously, on the keyboard and mouse. And Broadsword is not that forgiving. As the slow rate of fire pulse rifle, I think you can 2-burst if you get all your headshots. But that's very difficult to do, especially in crucible with people jumping around, hunters flying all through the air, warlocks gliding and blinking, and titans just stupidly going quickly. That's the issue I have with it. A weapon, I see people using right side of wrong, I see people using bygone, I see people using go figure. These pulse rifles are much more forgiving than the Redrix Broadsword is. Yeah, so I find in a 1v1, you're more likely to lose with a broadsword than you have other things. Bygones, for instance, is a weapon I've used a lot. I've got that full auto kill clip when you can buy off the drifter. I feel you can win a gunfight with that against Broadsword much easier just by using a bit of strafing, hitting headshots, and then kill clip active. Then you can 2-burst with it, and I find that much easier to kill with than the Broadsword. Okay, PvE though. PvE is a slightly different story. I used it quite a lot. I used it in the raid, I've used it in strikes, I've used it in just patrol. It's a slightly different story. I feel that weapon support's fine. It's a good weapon, it works, it does its job that you ask it to. It's nothing amazing, it's nothing special either. I compare it a lot to my Go Figure. My Go Figure is fully masterworked, it's got Outlaw and it's got Kill Clip. So it's got Outlaw and then Desperado. I'm kind of comparing to Kill Clip in this state because it does a slightly similar job of just killing things quicker, doing more damage. Yeah, so weapon is a fun change of pace to other weapons in certain situations, getting Desperado to activate, then mowing down all these little ads rushing you, so Thrall, Fanatic, stuff like that. All these things just rushing you is a lot of fun, I have to admit. The Fanatic strike, especially where you're in the boss fight and you got all those ads bum rushing you at one point. Awesome feeling. But I find, even in PvE and the highlight activities, it still does alright. But I feel like I do more work with my Go Figure than I do with that. But it does its job at the end of the day. If you don't have a world or Go Figure or something, I'd say it's actually kind of good. But also I feel the Midnight Coup also is just a Midnight Coup and it does its job so well. So, overall, is it worth it? Kind of. It all depends on your current state, if you have other things to do in Destiny. I'd say go for the Luna's Howl if you're kind of debating which one to go for, the Luna's Howl or the Redrix Broadsword. I know they're different playlists, but still. I'd say, but you can get your streak to 5 in Valor and then go play competitive, and it'll still increase your Valor. I found out to do that if you want. But yeah, if you have the spare time, really want to feel like you can make the most out of the weapon, feel free to go for it. But if you have a well-rolled pulse rifle, like a Go Figure or a Bygones or something along those lines, don't go out your way for it. Go for it if you want to, if you have the time and stuff, if you don't have any other activities to do because you've done everything, fine. But overall, I'd say it's a pretty decent weapon. And if there is ever a slow-firing pulse rifle meta, this thing, and I'm telling you now, will dominate that meta. So, thanks for watching, Guardians. I have been the Bushman, and I will see you next time. Peace.